Hello, it's Nigel Seeley here from Premier Sports Plays and another weekend of Premier League action. The season is coming to end, which usually means one thing. That's goals. Usually go over goals, both teams to score. Yes. Let's start tonight, Friday. We've got a big game, Leicester against Newcastle, and this is one game that I fancy goals. Leicester looking to get into the Champions League in a great position. Newcastle really hitting some form in the last couple of weeks. A totally different side from what they were earlier in the season. Steve Bruce has led his side to go and play some football, score some goals. And I think we're going to get goals tonight. I'm going to go both teams to score, yes, and over 2.5 goals in the first game in what is a bumper Premier League weekend. On to Saturday, Leeds play Tottenham in the early kickoff. And this one here, I think, is quite a difficult one to call. Leeds managed by the absolute master tactician, Marcelo Bielsa, and against Ryan Mason. Who would have thought that? Two greatest football minds going together. Tottenham have scored at least 2 goals in 5 of their last 6 matches in the Premier League, and Leeds have lost 1 of their last 7. Another game where I expect goals. I think this could be an interesting match. I think both teams will score, yes, and I'm going for over 2.5 goals. Sheffield United play Crystal Palace, and really, this has got absolutely no interest in me. Sheffield United have lost 6 of their last 7 matches in the Premier League, and Crystal Palace have lost their last 3 matches. What would you make of this game? I think Sheffield United are down. Crystal Palace have absolutely nothing to play for. But I think maybe Sheffield United offer a little bit of value to win the match. They're bigger than 2-1 at home against the Crystal Palace side with absolutely nothing to play for and confidence very low. So a small lean towards Sheffield United. Manchester City against Chelsea, the Champions League final dress rehearsal. They met earlier in the season. It was 3-1 to Manchester City. That was when Frank Lampard was in charge. They met in the FA Cup under Thomas Tuchel, their new manager, and it was a 1-0 Chelsea win. And I expect a very tight game. Tuchel, just every game he plays is under 2.5 goals. There have been under 2.5 goals scored in 14 of Chelsea's last 17 Premier League games. Chelsea are undefeated in 14 of 15, and Manchester City have conceded goals in their last 5 Premier League games. So you would expect Chelsea to score. I'm going to go for under 2.5 goals here, though. I think I don't think any side will want to give anything away before the Champions League. And my best bet in the match between the two informed teams, not only in the Premier League but in Europe, is an under 2.5 goal for me. Liverpool play Southampton in the late game on Saturday, and Liverpool have to turn up. I mean, their form at home in 2021 has been absolutely dreadful. They need to score. If you look at their goal XG, they create so many chances, but they just can't convert these chances. I think at some stage you're going to put 3 or 4 past the side, and I think Southampton are that side. Southampton coming with nothing to play for. Their form has dipped alarmingly from the early season form where they were at the top of the Premier League table. They were fighting off relegation a few weeks ago, but they're the first side that really given it just sort of down tools for the season, and I think that Liverpool may turn some form in here. I'm going to go for Liverpool minus 1.5 goals in the Asian handicap. I think they will do a number on the side, and I think this is the perfect side to have. Moving on to Sunday, Wolves against Brighton. Where do we start? This one here, under 2.5 goals. A 0-0 detector is going ballistic. And the one bet you always do in Wolves games, as we said many times here, is to bet the draw at half time. I think the draw at half time is a fantastic play. I don't think there'll be many goals. Maybe a 0-0 or maybe a 1-1 match. But I think Wolves drawing at half time is the bet. Aston Villa play Manchester United. Aston Villa not the same without Jack Grealish, as we said, week in and week out. But they are trying to get in the top half of the table. Manchester United got a Europa League final to look forward to now. Will their league form suffer from that? I don't think it will. I think they'll go and they'll win this game. This game looks like it's got goals written all over it. Manchester United score goals. Their attacking flair is there for all to see. Defensively, they still have problems. I'm going to go both teams to score in this one. Aston Villa v Manchester United. West Ham against Everton. Everton's better form is on the road. West Ham's better form is at home. West Ham been fantastic this season, but David Moyes up against his former side in Everton. Everton, so inconsistent. Brilliant one week, not so great the next week. West Ham have been a revelation this season. Again, I think it's very hard to call. I'm going to go for the draw. but I think it's an entertaining draw. I'm going to go for over 2.5 goals, both teams to score. And if you're looking for a lean at a really, really big price, have a bit of pizza money on the old Desmond 2-2, West Ham against Everton. Arsenal v West Brom. Well, what a week it's been for Arsenal supporters. Bowed out of the Europa League. Their season is going over. The manager's under pressure. He's now the favourite to be the next Premier League manager to lose his job. And they have West Brom coming here with everything to play for. They need wins to stay in the Premier League. I think the game is over for West Brom, but Sam Allardyce won't tell his side that. Arsenal at 1-2, minus $2 to win this game. Really, really, how can anybody bet Arsenal at those kind of prices? The one thing I would expect, I think West Brom will make it difficult. Arsenal have struggled against teams at home this season. At the bottom of the table, Fulham for a perfect example. I'm going to go for West Brom plus a goal. So plus 1 goal. If Arsenal win by exactly 1 goal, we get a push. I think this will be a lot closer than the bookies suggest. The Monday night game is Fulham against Burnley. Burnley is safe. Fulham need to win, and Fulham will know exactly what they've got to do on the back of that game involving West Brom at the weekend. I think Fulham will win this game. They're 125 plus 125 to win. I think they will get the win against a Burnley side that have really got nothing else to play for in this season. Sean Dyche will expect the performance, and he probably will get it, but I think that Fulham will be a little bit too strong at home. Not a great bet, but a small lean towards Fulham at minus 120. So let's give you the best bets. Tonight, Friday night, Leicester against Newcastle. We're going goals, over 2.5, and both teams to score. On Saturday, we have 4 games in the Premier League, and my best bet is Manchester City against Chelsea in a dress rehearsal for the Premier League. They're poker players, not want to show their hand. I think under 2.5 goals is the bet there. Sunday, I'm going to go for West Ham and Everton, both teams to score, and potentially a draw as my best bet. And I also like West Brom plus 1 goals. And on Monday, a small lean for Fulham to beat Burnley at home. Well, have a great weekend. Hope you bet some winners. Cash those tickets. I've been Nigel Seeley. You can follow me at Seeley_Nigel and go to my website, premiersportsplays.com. Good luck, and I'll speak to you next week.